What's up? New Country 105.1 KNCI, Jared Marshall. We are here with one of our, Country in the Park pre-games with Chris Preston, LOCASH. How you guys doing?
Hey. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you guys too. It's like, I love because, we have you in your zone, in your lounge, in your writer space, your creative space, and then, we got, Chris, where you're on your way to pick up the kids, which you got to be a dad. When you're at home, you got to be at home, which is awesome. As a father myself, I appreciate that you're active and you're involved like that. And also, Preston, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks, man. Turned 27 today. It's great. Good feeling.
I turn 21 every single year.
Yeah. We're just Benjamin Buttons. We're going backwards.
Exactly. So the first things first is congratulations on the multi-week #1, especially because it's your first with your own record label.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's impressive, but at the same time humbling, because now we run it all, we own it all, we see it all. We're invested in everything that we do. I think we've always been that way, which is glad that now that we have our own deal, that we got to pick a great team around us. And the team around us is fantastic. I mean, we got to pick the all-stars that we wanted, that we even worked with, and some we didn't work with, we just heard about.
Yeah.
So it's a great feeling, man. It's probably the best #1 we've ever had, for sure.
I mean, because you've had so many hits. I mean, I Love This Life, I Know Somebody, You Ring on Every Finger, Feels Like a Party, the list goes on and on. But for this one being your first, when you launched the label, and I know you have certain expectations, was having a multi-week #1 as your first single with your new label, was that this is what we're going to do? Or was it just kind of a pleasant surprise?
I think we have a little benchmark set, and the #1 goal was to have a good ad day. And ad day just means we come out of the box swinging, and a lot of radio stations start playing us right off the bat. And that's what we wanted. And then the next benchmark for us is, it's kind of like a race to 100 stations. There's 159 stations that are reporting stations that kind of control the spins and the chart movement. And so, we just wanted to get off to a good start. And that's really as far as we planned. And then the song has to do what it's going to do. The song's got to be, you got to have a great team, and the song has got to connect. And man, Hometown Home has just connected in such a big way. As we started to kind of get close to #1, I remember the first phone call where we talked about, is it possible this thing has legs for a 2-week #1? And you don't want to feel greedy, but at the same time, what a moment if you can pull that off. It takes the team, it takes the song, it takes you guys, it takes the fans. And so, man, it all just lined up, and what a blessing it's been.
Now, was Hometown Home always the first single that you guys are going to release? When you're recording the album, this is it? Or was there maybe a few other ones, or were you narrowing it down? Or was it always Hometown Home?
It was always Hometown Home. It wasn't even a discussion. We both knew when we wrote this 2-3 years ago. Well, actually, more than that, we wrote it right before COVID. Or during COVID. And it was as soon as we wrote it, we're this has to be our single. We were still on BMG then. And we remember telling BMG, hey, this has got to be a single. Let's put this out. Oh, we got a lot going on right now. We'll listen later. And me and Preston, knowing in the back of our mind, we'd love to have our own label one day. And I was and we just talked. I was Preston, this is the first single off of our label. There's no other choice, right? And he's yep, this is it. So,
I mean, was that kind of a point for you guys to say, you know what, now is the time for us to have our own label? Whenever you were getting ready, said this is going to be the single, but they're kind of giving you the ho hum. Not that they were brushing you off, but kind of hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. Or was it you know what, let's take it into our own hands? Yeah,
they didn't have the bandwidth to. There's so many great artists over there, and we were in line. I like to think of it like a runway, like an airport. And man, we hadn't even left the gate yet. You know what I mean? You're not even taxiing to the runway. And so many things can happen in between the gate and the runway and getting to lift off. And, and so we just knew the writing was on the wall. And I think they knew it too. John Loba is the CEO over there, man. And he is such a great dude and a good friend to us. And he believed that we could do this on our own. And so he kind of gave us his blessing and just said, I'm gonna set y'all free for this reason, that I think you can do this. And so we set off on our own path. we went straight to a little restaurant that night, sat down with a napkin and an ink pen and started writing down some goals, first moves we wanted to make, who did we want to hire, things like that. And then we just started checking them off, just started doing it. And it took about a year to even launch the label before Hometown Home even saw the light of day. It took all of 9 months to get that thing even launched. And so it was an exciting time for us when Hometown Home came out. It was like, here we go. We're lifting off.
Do you guys think you'll finally no longer be the bridesmaid and finally the bride with the award shows and getting the duo of the year, whether it be ACM or CMA? You've been nominated so many times, and every time it's like, how does somebody beat you guys? I mean, listen, I'm not going to talk poorly because they're all great. I mean, Dan and Shay, Brothers Osborne, they're all deserving, but so are you. And I'm thinking, is this finally the time where you guys think like something like this is going to push you over the hump? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of like a sore subject. We don't really talk about the award stuff on that because it's just like life. It's a political game, unfortunately. Yeah. And I mean, we weren't even nominated for the ACMs, and we had a #1 song,
which is like ridiculous. I will die on this hill, and I've said it for years, and I'm sure I've said it to you guys before, that there's maybe one other artist in Nashville that could at least kind of match your energy, and that's like Chris Jansen. He's the only one. But other than that, you guys are the best live show in Nashville, hands down. It's between you and Jansen are the only ones that are there. There's nobody else. There's no #2. It's just you guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks for saying that. We just keep our heads down, keep working. Like Chris said, it can sting a little bit. Yeah. The day that the nominations come out, you don't hear your name in those noms. We don't do this to be recognized for awards. Yeah. We do this, back in the day. I'll be honest, we were in my Jeep Cherokee with a U-Haul behind us, and man, we weren't even doing it for the money. We were just having fun and lots of cold beer, and the girls were coming to shows, and we were having a ball, And then you fast forward, a bunch of years, and now we have our own families. Now that the agenda has changed a little bit, our inspiration and the reasons for what we want our success to be. So. Man, it would be awesome to win an award, but man, we don't hang our hat on that, Yeah.
Tell me about your golf tournament, because your golf bash, it's coming up. I think it's right after Country in the Park, in late September, and so tell me about like how this came about and benefiting, and because I saw the videos, it's really cool.
Yeah, we started doing the songwriting fest down there at Hilton Head. And if you guys have never been to Hilton Head, I know it's on the other side of the world, but it is such a nice, beautiful place. I mean, it's so peaceful. You got the beach, you got beautiful mountains not too far away. You got a golf course right next to the beach. You can see the ocean. And we were playing golf one day, and Preston was actually playing with one of the guys in the golf that owns the golf course, and mentioned to the mayor, hey, while we're here, we should play golf. Maybe we do a golf tournament right here in Hilton Head. And now it's the second one we're going to do. And it's just worked out so good, man. And I like golf. Me and Preston are not the best at golf. Even though we've beaten a couple people, we call ourselves the Parr Brothers. But it's one of those things. It's the best time I've ever had playing golf. I'll tell you that. It's the best time I've ever had.
You guys are involved with the baseball and his Wrong Heart.
Yeah.
Did they start the dance, or did you guys already have the dance and they started doing it, or how did you guys get involved to work with the Savannah Bananas?
We've been lucky to just become really good friends with all of them. Chris got a phone call one day, and they asked us to play the first halftime show of a sold out football stadium for them. And so that was a lot of fun. It was in Tampa, and we went down there on our own dime, and we did that show. And man, we hit it off. I mean, just everybody with the whole organization was great to work with, including Jesse and his wife, and we became friends. And then they jumped up at the Opry with us one time. And so all of a sudden, in the Bananas' hottest year, we got 2 performances with them and the Party Animals, and so it just kind of felt like something where maybe we would do something together at the end of the season. And so they have a big game in Houston coming up on September 27th. And we posted this viral contest, it's like, hey, learn this little simple dance. because you can't get a ticket to the Bananas right now. There's 1 million people, no exaggeration, 1 million people on the wait list. And so the Jesse and the Bananas gave us a whole suite. And so to the very last game, so we're going to fly 10 winners out. Whoever goes the most viral doing this little dance, and it's real easy. It's not one of those hard TikTok dances that people can't do. It's real simple. And
and
the guys on the team did it. So that was
cool.
The
boys on the team made it, and they did it live in the game, and then they sent it to us, and we sent it out there for everybody to do.
So all right, so learn the wrong heart stance.
That's
and
right.
You could be sitting in a suite at Savannah Bananas in Houston with Chris and Preston. Do they have to do the dance at the game too? I'm assuming they have to.
No, they don't have to do it at the game unless they want to. They'll be up in the suite doing that thing,